wanted to keep with the gothic vibe of the story itself, so we chose to decorate with the crimson walls that are mentioned in the story and keep the lighting low to give it that creepy feel. We also included the bed because he does write about the bed in the story, and in substitution of a raven, we included some bats because we figured that would be the best other choice besides from an actual raven.
And you're also going to see, as you're walking through the house here, there are multiple versions of Edgar Allan Poe that are scattered throughout. We weren't able to create a skin for Edgar to make it actually look like Edgar Allan Poe, so we used the one that was closest to him, that was provided to us. And as you click on him, you're going to see that it pulls up the stanzas of the poem that are supposed to be related to each room. We split the poem. There are 18 stanzas in the poem. We split it in 4, with the 4th room of the house having a little bit more weight than the others. And there's also a text-to-speech button that can be activated by the student if they do so choose, to have it read to them, and it is a female audio for the sake of students feeling a little bit safer in such a dark environment in Minecraft because the lighting is so low, and students can be intimidated more by a male voice in a dark space. So including that helps bring some of the edge off of interacting with Edgar and listening to the audio if they do choose to do that.
After finishing the house tour, students will click on the hyperdoc to read the Raven in its entirety so that they can look at the different lines and stanzas. While they are reading, they'll have a task on the hyperdoc to answer questions throughout the house. These questions should meet content standards about dialogue. For instance, some of the questions include: what perspective is the Raven written in, and why do you think that is? Question 2 is: who is Lenore and why is Poe mourning her? Question 3 is: why do you think Poe chose for the bird to be a raven? Question 4 is: what stanza does the phrase nevermore first appear in? Question 5 is: why do you think the bird only says nevermore? And question 6 is: as the poem goes on, how do we see the narrator spiral further into madness? Finally, the students will apply their knowledge. In doing so, they will read the Raven and see how the bird's dialogue propels the story and the narrator's descent into madness. They will apply concepts into a fake conversation that they would have with their own friends. They'll choose one of 2 tasks. Task A is: in this box, write a story of how your friends in a modern language and slang would rewrite the story of the Raven. Or Task B, write a short story of one student telling another student a story. While the first friend is telling the story, what word will the second friend say to propel the first friend into continuing their story? And thank you guys for having a tour of our Raven house.